I'm Jesse Lassard. Currently, I'm a design sculptor for one of the big three. I make cars out of clay. I absolutely love what I do because it's a visceral and engaging experience, kind of like when you're riding a motorcycle. When I was really young, Happy Days was on TV and you'd see the Fonz rolling in on a motorcycle and you're like, okay, that guy's cool. And then you'd put on Wide World of Sports and you'd see Evel Knievel jumping, you know, all these cars. And so as a kid, that guy was a hero. But my first real motorized anything was a 1974 Harley Davidson Aramachi X90 Shortster. It was really difficult to start, not having any real mechanical training aside from like a lawnmower small engines class. You'd do the old snowmobile trick. You'd squirt gas in the carburetor, and if that wouldn't work, you'd take the spark plug out, you put gas down the hole, put the plug back in, and hopefully it'll fire up. So it was a fussy bike. It ran occasionally, and when it did, it was an absolute blast. You just rip around the woods, do donuts in the high school parking lot and stuff like that. It opened up like a whole another experience of freedom. It's like, okay, my legs can only get me going so fast that I can only do like so many wheelies. But when you're on a machine and you can just spur it on and it's like, whoa, okay, this is faster than I've ever gone before. This is a lot of fun. I want to know what this is all about. The physics are a little bit different. It's a little bit heavier. It behaves a little bit different in the corners. Straight line stability. It's like, so there's a lot more possibilities open up to you. As a kid, you don't have the words or the experience to articulate it. And it's like, you go to a car show and you see a young kid and they come up to something and it's completely unfiltered and they're like, oh, cool. And you know they're in the moment and there's no pretense and it's just genuine. And it was that kind of internal feeling when you're on a bike and you're doing it for the first time. You're like, whoa, cool. Let's see what else we can do. I don't know how much I can share about it, but we did go out on a couple group rides. One of my associates, my mentor, Tetsuya Nakazawa-san, he was on a Buell X1, and I remember kind of like half joking him at the light. I was on a Superhawk at the time, and I'm like, why is your blinker flopping around like that? That bike's silly. And you know, he looked at him, he's like, oh, it's fun, you should try. And so I did. A couple of weeks later, I borrowed the bike, and then I wound up having so much fun riding it and taking it up in the canyons. It's like I kept borrowing the bike and kept borrowing the bike until my manager came up and he's like, Jesse-san, maybe you should not borrow. And I was like, well why? It's fun. He's like, you understand this bike now. And so I couldn't borrow the Buell anymore. You can really appreciate the mechanical aspect of it, the industrial design aspect of it, like when I'm working on a bike and I'm pulling parts off. Given the experience I have now, I can look at a part in the way it's designed and I can be like, oh, okay, that's why they did this. This is the reason that it's designed this way, or this is here, or it's fastened. So that part of it is kind of fascinating too, and that's grown a little bit more. And when it comes to bikes, it's like you kind of love them all, you appreciate them all, you can see things, attributes that you really like about it. I have a couple dirt bikes. I just recently bought another 74 Aramachi, but I've always been, you know, enamored by Buell just after that riding experience and looking at the way they're crafted and put together, a focus on lightness and performance and stuff. So, you know, that's alluring. When you're pushing it on a bike, it forces you to be in the moment, clears your head. And then there's also some validation. If you come up on a corner that's too hot or someone pulls out in front of you, you rely on your instincts and your experience and the way you react to that. It's like, that's also a gratifying experience. Like, yeah, all right, I can handle this. This is good. It's the ride. It's a really engaging thing that kind of centers you. You're able to zen out. I've tried to quit motorcycling a couple times just because you hear about how risky it is, and self-imposed as well. It's like I see too many people on cell phones on the road, and you know, it's not hard to do the math, but you know, I'm only able to go like 8 months to a year, and I'm like, you know what, I need another bike. I miss it. You know, I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna get out there. I'm just gonna be a lot more mindful about my surroundings when I do it. So